Okay, I'm going to show you how I go ahead and shellac these puzzles so that later I can put them in a frame. Got everything kind of laid out here, so in essence I'm also going to try to time myself with how quickly this takes. First I use wax paper underneath, so usually I just kind of eyeball a measurement of how much I might need, and then I like to just come and try to go under the puzzle pieces. So I can kind of shimmy it under there, and I'll usually try to slide it while pulling tight. Oops, actually got under some of these pieces. So sometimes I just slide it over until it makes it all the way to the end here, as you can see. At this point, I'm going to take the next piece, also make it about as long, and I'm going to go ahead and lift this up a little bit and slide it under here. I like to tape it down so that the Mod Podge doesn't get in between these. So I tape it at the ends. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and slide this some more. Oops, it actually got under this piece again. So I just simply push it back down. Okay, and now we're on to the last part. So one more sheet of the wax paper. Going to go ahead and slide this under again. Go ahead and tape this down. See some jagged places here, so I'm just gonna tape that down as well. Not that it really matters. Okay, and now I can kind of complete pushing this. Okay, so now it's completely on. So now I try to just even it out here. Okay, now we're done with the wax paper. At this point, I usually put like an old magazine and start to put this around the edges. So if the Mod Podge actually goes and soaks through the wax paper, that it's not getting on the table. So maybe just a couple pages. I try to layer them underneath here. so that just protects the table again. The other thing I sometimes do is go ahead and tape some of these down, just so as I'm spreading out the Mod Podge, it doesn't get all over everything. Okay, and with that, we're gonna go ahead and Mod Podge this. I like to just use one of these little cheap, $1 plastic spreaders and a matte Mod Podge, but you can use any type. So I just spread it all over. I don't really worry that there's excess at this point. Sometimes spread that excess on there so I can seal it back up. And then I'm just going to take the spreader tool and I just go back and forth and I kind of push this along. So I'm just moving it all over. I kind of try to continually push it to the outside. You can see there's quite a bit here, so I probably put a little bit too much on this time. That's okay. I'm gonna push it off of the puzzle anyways. We're getting close to being at the corners, or at the edges. Yeah, I put way too much on this time. You can see I just overflow it. Sometimes I continue to kind of spread it on the outside. You can see it's filled in all the gaps in between the pieces. And then the last thing that I always do is just take the edge of the puzzle and kind of push the glue away from that edge. Oops, that came up, so I'm just gonna back over here. I'm kind of pushing it away from the edge very quickly. That just makes it easier to separate. Oops, that piece came up. Now I go back over it just really quick. And again, this is all going to dry clear and strong. I'm just pushing it away from the puzzle. It doesn't even take all that long to dry. There we go, actually. So maybe push this just a little bit over. But for the most part, that's not going to interfere. There's very little on the edges now connecting it, so it should be easy to remove. And when this is done, all this is going to be clear and you're just going to see the puzzle. So thank you for watching, and hopefully this helps.